Not yet, not yet.
Here's the thing, though. You never watch the video.
Yes.
That's not staying. Yeah. It's nice, isn't it? It's a nice thing. Yeah, that's her. That's her harping. Oh, no, you can see her. She's sitting right there, harping away. She's gonna play Highway to Hell. Is that right? They work it out.
That's like the Irish chicks, that Irish band. The Irish band. Irish girls. That's so cool, right? Yeah, that's cool. I love the string.
I have a copy. Does she, has anybody confirmed that she has her? If not, I have a copy. I do.
Does she, do you guys know her?
They have not heard. Maybe each week a story. I'm going to read it. Neither one of them have heard the story.
Might have to sit back up here.
Yeah, and neither one of them have heard the other's vows yet.
Really? I love it. I love
we sat on the edge of the earth. Did I just yell at everybody? People look scared up. We sat on the edge of the earth with our feet dangling over the side and marveled that we had found each other. For those of you who do not know me, my name is George Gleason, and I have the honor of being married to Brandon's cousin, Kristen. And I'd like to start by saying just how honored I am to be a part of this. When they asked me, I was taken aback, and I'm just incredibly honored, so thank you. I also want to sincerely thank all of you for making the trip here today. I know that traveling to California and then to Santa Cruz is a journey, but as we stand here in this beautiful setting, amongst this incredible ring of redwood trees, I'm sure you can see why Brandon and Brittany chose this location. The ring of redwood trees stand as individuals, but often share one root system. And that is what we are creating here today, a new root system that will both unite and grow a new family. Since Brandon and Brittany met, they have been to 7 countries, crossed 2 continents, explored the Galapagos Islands, hiked volcanoes, spelunked marble caves, toured ancient ruins, hitchhiked through a foreign country, lost nails, put up tents in the pouring rain, bought a new car, started new careers, attended over 12 weddings, looked after 2 cats, fended off a mugger, and remotely managed a drunken tenant, and planned their own wedding. I think you will agree that any of the items on this list would have tested the most tenured relationship, but they tackled each item while building a new relationship. And rather than letting these adventures be turned into tests or challenges, they worked together as a team, as they always do, with a wisdom far beyond their years, and use the tools of love, respect, and fun to turn these adventures into blocks. Blocks they use to build not only their amazing bond, but also the path that led us here today. Brandon and Brittany met in 2012 at Zeitgeist, one of the few outdoor bars in San Francisco, and instantly realized 3 things. They were attracted to outdoor activities, day drinking, and one another. And now, 5 years later, they have asked us all here to this beautiful venue to celebrate, perhaps with a few drinks, what that initial attraction has become. While preparing for this special day, I asked Brandon and Brittany to share a story about their relationship. This is the first time each will hear what the other has written. Brandon has written, "For our 2nd anniversary, Brittany got us our first cooking class together. It was an unexpected anniversary gift that was surprising, thoughtful, and delightful, which could characterize all gifts Brittany gives. The class was at a private residence, and due to some scheduling issues, the class ended up being just the 2 of us. We met in front of Chef James's house and brought a bottle of wine, as is tradition when cooking. As soon as we entered, we couldn't stop smiling. The kitchen was beautiful. The menu we made was divine. I remember how we smiled at each other while making the ravioli. I remember how excited we were to discover that squash were a thing that could be stuffed with cheese and fried. After the meal was prepared, we sat down as Chef James served us the meal we had created. As we sat there, enjoying our incredible meal and sipping the delicious wine we brought, I had a sense of knowing. I knew that Brittany had captured my heart. I'm crying. This is getting ridiculous. I knew that Brittany had captured my heart, and I knew she was the one I wanted to be with for the rest of my life, to enjoy all that life has to offer. I knew that I would need you, Brittany, by my side." And now Brittany has written, "One of the most challenging things we've done was to climb Mount Orsino, an active volcano in Patagonia, Chile. The last 3 hours of the hike consisted of ice picks, crampons, and being tied to Brandon on one side and a small Chilean guide on the other. They say you learn a lot about yourself through challenging situations, and surely I did. I learned just how much I rely on Brandon. Knowing he is next to me, pushing me to achieve my goals, there in case I fall, there to take in incredible scenery with. At one point, I didn't think my legs could go any further, and I begged the Chilean guide for a break. He replied, no. It's a very dangerous spot to stop due to falling rock. So despite what I was feeling, which now included fear, Brandon was behind me, encouraging me, supporting me, just like he does every day. There was comfort in knowing that if my legs did give out, he would catch me. He would never let anything happen to me. And when we got to the top and achieved what I didn't think my body could handle, he was once again by my side. And we stood there sharing the accomplishment together. At this time, I would like to invite Brandon's cousin, Kristen, for a reading.
Love by Roy Cross. I love you, not only for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you. I love you, not only for what you have made of yourself, but for what you are making of me. I love you for the part of me that you bring out. I love you for putting your hand into my heaped-up heart and passing over all of the foolish, weak things that you can't help dimly seeing there, and for drawing out into the light all the beautiful belongings that no one else had looked quite far enough to find. I love you because you are helping me to make the lumber of my life not a tavern, but a temple. Out of the works of my everyday, not a reproach, but a song. I love you because you have done more than any creed could have done to make me good, and more than any fate to make me happy. You have done it without a touch, without a word, without a sign. You have done it by being yourself.
Thank you, Kristen. At this time, I'd like to invite Amanda Hunt, Brittany's lifelong friend, for another reading.
This is from The Alchemist. It was the pure language of the world. It required no explanation, just as the universe needs man as it travels through endless time. What the boy felt at that moment was that he was in the presence of the only woman in his life, and that with no need for words, she recognized the same thing. He was more certain of it than of anything in the world. He had been told by his parents, and his grandparents, that he must fall in love and really know a person before becoming committed. But maybe people who felt that way had never learned the universal language, because when you know that language, it's easy to understand that someone in the world awaits you, whether it's in the middle of the desert or in some great city. And when two such people encounter each other and their eyes meet, the past and the future become unimportant. There is only that moment and the incredible certainty that everything under the sun has been written by one hand only. It is the hand that evokes love and creates a twin soul for every person in the world. And without such love, one's dreams would have no meaning.
Thank you, Amanda. Josephine Perez will now be singing A Thousand Years, a song, A Thousand Years by Christina Perry.